Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
The blood fog thickened, cloaking the air with a sinister, almost palpable dread. It was as if the world held its breath in the grip of this dense crimson mist. Suddenly, a fresh, invigorating scent permeated the space. A sign. Someone in the passageway to the dreaded fiery furnace blood prison.
The passageway is open. Run.
And with that, a frantic scramble ensued. People leaped down, plunging into the swirling blood fog, desperate to escape the horrors of this cursed. Amidst the chaos, Zane Martel and Elora exchanged a knowing look and a relieved smile.
Elora, let's go.
Yes!
Together they patted the heads of their colossal flame claws, who responded with a strange cry. With a powerful flap of their vast wings, they swooped down into the fog, disappearing from sight. Following their lead, the other beasts surged forward with strange cries, plunging into the blood fog. A moment later, on the vast expanse of the fiery river in Glimmer Continent, the river roared like a feral beast, sending waves crashing against the shores. Suddenly, thieves burst from the blood fog, splashing into the river. Their eyes widened with joy and relief as they realized they were back on familiar soil.
I'm finally back! Damn it, I almost lost my life in that hellish place.
Glimmer Continent might be tough, but at least I won't die over a robbery here.
But their relief was short-lived. Memories of the unspeakable horrors in the fiery furnace blood prison, especially the unkillable Death Spirit army, still haunted them. A mighty water column shot into the sky, sending waves crashing down in torrential rain. 20,000 flame claws, led by Zane Martel and Elora, soared from the river, their auras radiating power and command. Those who had opened the passageway and those who had escaped were struck with awe and fear. The flame claws hovered in the air, blocking out the sun like a vast, ominous cloud. As Zane Martel returned to Glimmer Continent, he frowned. The air carried the faint smell of smoke and blood, almost imperceptible yet clear to his heightened senses.
A smoke of gunpowder? Is there a war in Glimmer Continent?
In the sky, hundreds of kilometers away, two powerful figures clashed with a force that shook the heavens. Explosions rocked the sky, their thunderous echoes resounding far and wide. Zane Martel's eyes narrowed. He urged the King of Flameclaws forward, becoming a streak of dark red lightning racing toward the distant battle.
Elora, come with me. Bring the others.
On it!
The Flameclaws moved with astonishing speed, their momentum propelling them hundreds of kilometers in seconds. They arrived at a valley plain in Glimmer Continent where a fierce battle raged. Below, hundreds of thousands of martial artists clashed. The air crackled with energy as saber light, sword energy, and blasts of fist and palm force filled the sky. War drums pounded and the shouts of warriors echoed, shaking the earth. 40,000 soldiers clad in azure armor surged forward, their great swords and spears dripping with the power of vital energy, radiating an ominous evil energy.
Kill.
They roared, their weapons flashing as they ruthlessly cut down their enemies. The air was thick with the scent of blood and the cries of the fallen. As Zane Martel approached the heart of the battlefield, his expression darkened. What was this war, and why had it erupted in Glimmer Continent? Questions swirled in his mind, each more pressing than the last. What awaited them in this war-torn land, and who were the mysterious figures locked in combat above? The answers lay just ahead, shrouded in the smoke and chaos of battle. The war had begun, and its secrets would soon be revealed. Amidst the chaos of battle, the warriors of the Divine Hawk Camp of Meadow Continent fought valiantly to reclaim their homeland from the forces of the Demon God sect. Shouts of defiance and determination filled the air.
We have to take back our land, the Northern Demon Country. We can't let the evil beasts of the Demon God sect anywhere near it.
Kill them. We have to conquer the Glimmer Continent. We can't let it turn into an illegal haven.
On the ground, armored warriors of the Foundation level and Intermediate level battled fiercely. Hundreds of soldiers merged their auras, creating formidable formations to fend off their enemies. Above them, in the sky, the expert level and advanced level fighters clashed in a spectacular display of power. Explosions of color and bursts of energy lit up the sky like dazzling fireworks. The two strongest fighters in the expert level dominated the battlefield. Their immense power made the sky tremble. and no one dared to approach for fear of being caught in their devastating attacks.
Victor Vex, you traitor! How dare you show your face in front of me? Shame on you!
The words were spoken by a bald, middle-aged man, Tanix Martel, his voice trembling with righteous fury. Clad in shimmering, powerful armor, he had transformed into his beast form, the purplish gold pangolin, his body adorned with metallic scales and whiskers.
Today, on behalf of the Imperial family and all citizens of the Northern Demon Country, I will kill you.
Facing him was a burly man, already transformed into a fearsome beast. The three-eyed Iron Bull, his skin, a rough and dark gray, seemed impervious to harm. A third eye gleamed ominously between his horns, and his laughter echoed with cruel intent.
Kill me? What a joke, Shu Yi. Even when we were brothers, you couldn't beat me. Now you think you can fight me?
Tanix Martel and Victor Vex, once brothers in arms, had been locked in a brutal battle for over 100 rounds. But Victor Vex's strength, bolstered by his allegiance to the Demon God Sect, began to overwhelm Tanix Martel.
Ever since I joined the Demon God Sect, I've had access to countless resources and treasures. My strength has soared. Join me, Shu Yi. I don't want to kill you. The Demon God Sect will welcome you. Together we can rise and reunite our old comrades.
Victor Vex's words were a twisted invitation to betray the past, to forget the bonds they once shared. He extended his arms, a grotesque parody of brotherhood.
Think about it, Shu Yi. We could be brothers again.
Victor Vex, a general of the Northern Demon Country, had turned traitor, selling out his people for power. His betrayal had led to the downfall of the old royal family, who had trusted him. The weight of this treachery hung heavy in the air, fueling the fires of anger and revenge.
How dare you, Victor Vex? The previous king treated us with honor, and you betrayed us. You want me to surrender? In your dreams. Even if I die here, I will never betray the royal family and the princess.
Tanix Martel's face flushed with anger, his body trembling with the force of his fury. Victor Vex's cruel smile faded, replaced by a cold, menacing glare. The killing intent radiated from his three eyes, a tangible force in the air.
So be it, Shu Yi. Prepare to meet your end.
As the two warriors prepared for their final confrontation, the battlefield around them roared with chaos. What would become of Tanix Martel and his unwavering loyalty? Would he overcome the traitor Victor Vex, or would the darkness of the Demon God Sect prevail? The fate of the Northern Demon Country hung in the balance, a question to be answered in the fires of battle. The fierce cries of battle echoed through the valley, a haunting reminder of the chaos that lay ahead. Victor Vex's voice cut through the tension like a blade.
Victor Vex, you will not surrender? Well then, you will have to bear the consequences.
Victor Vex's words carried a heavy weight, a promise of destruction that chilled the hearts of his enemies.
Victor Vex, maybe I'm unable to kill you, however, the soldiers you brought with you today will not make it out alive. They will all die here today. Attack!
With that command, the ground erupted with the thunderous advance of 30,000 armored knights. The earth shook violently, as if an army of demons had been unleashed. From the depths of the canyon, a deafening roar reverberated, splitting the sky and shaking the very souls of those who heard it. A fiery red cloud appeared on the horizon, a wave of searing heat and unstoppable force. The soldiers could barely believe their eyes.
What's that?
Oh no, we're being ambushed. Focus, we can't let them get us.
The faces of the foundation level and intermediate level practitioners turned ashen. Even Tanix Martel's usually composed demeanor cracked, his face twitching with dread. The fire cloud revealed its true nature. It was not a natural phenomenon, but a pack of red fire blood wolves, their bodies ablaze with terrifying flames. Their fur gleamed like polished jade, and their eyes burned with an unnatural fury. As they ran, they created a scorching sea of fire that consumed everything in their path.
It's not a fire cloud at all. These are red fire blood wolves.
The wolves, alongside their riders, formed a formidable cavalry of more than 30,000 soldiers, charging with relentless ferocity towards the Divine Hawk camp.
Kill! We must stop them!
But the Divine Hawk camp was no match for the savage onslaught. Panic spread through the ranks like wildfire, and the soldiers' resolve crumbled under the relentless assault.
No, the Redfire Bloodwolf's attack is too fierce and there are too many of them. 30,000 Redfire Bloodwolf on top of the 50,000 soldiers originally. There's no way we can stop this.
Desperation and fear overwhelmed them. The demon god sect's overwhelming numbers and the terrifying power of the Redfire Bloodwolves made the battle seem hopeless. In a matter of minutes, the Divine Hawk camp began to collapse. Thousands of soldiers fell, their bodies littering the battlefield.
You actually brought the Redfire Bloodwolves?
Tanix Martel's heart ached with rage and sorrow. His carefully trained army was being decimated by these monstrous wolves.
Damn it! I will never let your Redfire Bloodwolves succeed!
With a roar, Tanix Martel flew down, his expert-level strength blazing like a comet, determined to destroy the Bloodwolves. But Victor Vex blocked his path, and the two clashed in a fierce battle. Their powers clashed with explosive force, shaking the very foundations of the canyon. As the battle raged on, the outcome seemed inevitable. The Divine Hawk camp was in shambles, their forces decimated, and their spirits broken. Tanix Martel fought with all his might, but could he turn the tide against the overwhelming might of the Redfire Bloodwolf army? Could he avenge his fallen comrades and save those who remained? The answers lay in the heart of the battlefield, amidst the flames and fury of the Redfire Bloodwolves. As the fight continued, the fate of the Divine Hawk camp hung in the balance. In the heart of a desolate valley, the scene was grim and chaotic. 50,000 soldiers of the Redfire Bloodwolf army, along with their 30,000 reinforcements, encircled the Divine Hawk camp, leaving no room for escape.
Ah, save me!
Kill them. I'll stop them even if I have to die.
The air was thick with the sounds of battle and haunting screams. High above, Tanix Martel, a warrior of the expert level, watched helplessly. He and his two companions, also of immense power, were desperate to save their comrades below. Yet they were held at bay, unable to intervene. Suddenly the sky darkened 10 kilometers away, casting an ominous shadow over the valley. It was as if a boundless dark cloud had appeared out of nowhere, moving with startling speed towards the battlefield.
What's that?
Eyes turned to the sky where the distant shadow was quickly closing in. In an instant, the dark cloud resolved into a massive flock of strange birds, their black feathers glinting menacingly. The leading bird, an enormous creature, swooped down and unleashed a torrent of fire with the power of the fire of major completion. The flames seared the air, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. In a flash, over 100 soldiers and their Redfire Bloodwolves were incinerated, reduced to ashes by the searing flames.
What kind of strange bird is this? Where did it come from? Save me!
More and more of the strange birds identified as flame claws swooped down, their iron-hard claws tearing through the Redfire Bloodwolf soldiers like a knife through butter. The mighty Redfire Bloodwolf army, which once seemed invincible, was now nothing more than a fragile shell, easily shattered by the relentless assault.
Stop them! There are so many of them! This strange bird is everywhere in the sky!
The flames they're spitting out actually contain the power of nature. How is this possible?
Panic spread like wildfire among the Redfire Bloodwolf soldiers. Their once arrogant demeanor was replaced by sheer terror as the flame claws ravaged their ranks. The air was filled with screams of agony and desperation. These flame claws brought by the enigmatic Zane Martel were creatures of immense power, each on par with a human practitioner of the advanced level. They descended upon the Redfire Bloodwolf army like avenging spirits tearing through flesh and bone with ruthless efficiency. The beasts reveled in the slaughter, their eyes ablaze with primal hunger. They had been starved in the fiery furnace blood prison, forced to feed on the vile corpses of the dead spirit army. Now, finally tasting fresh meat, they attacked with an insatiable ferocity. Chaos reigned in the valley. The Redfire Bloodwolf soldiers, their once formidable formation now in disarray, were no match for the onslaught. Their lines were shattered, their morale broken.
Victor Vex, what kind of strange bird is this? This is...
Above, Victor Vex and Tanix Martel paused, stunned by the carnage below. They had never seen such creatures before. Nor had they anticipated this brutal assault. In mere moments, their army had suffered devastating losses. Among the Flameclaws, two figures stood out. Perched atop the largest of the beasts, they surveyed the battlefield with a commanding presence, not yet engaging in the fray.
Eh? Why are there two people on those two strange birds?
The eyes of every soldier were drawn to these mysterious figures, their presence signaling a turning point in the battle. Who were they, and what was their purpose in this bloody conflict? As the Flameclaws continued their relentless attack, the answers to these questions hung heavy in the air, promising revelations that could change the course of the war. The valley echoed with the cries of the fallen, and the fate of the Divine Hawk Camp teetered on the edge of a knife. The mystery of the Flameclaws and their riders was just beginning to unfold, leaving everyone to wonder,